Let's see. I think it's about to work. All right, yeah, we're rolling. All right, cool. Alrighty. Episode 2 here of, I think Troutman called this the skeleton spotlight, maybe. So my guest tonight is the number 6, Chris Hammett, aka who?
Django Maserati.
All right. How did you get that name? Where'd it come from?
That's Troutman's fault.
Really?
Yeah, after you guys let me win a second championship, which was the worst mistake you could have made. He made a nice little AI photo of me opening up my second fake restaurant with the race car in front of it, and it looked like on the name rail it said Django Maserati. And I was
Wow.
like, well, that's a way cooler name than Chris Hammett.
Heck yeah.
Race car driver Django Maserati. So I've just adopted it as my alternate personality.
So do you use that in your real world racing, or is this just a iRacing / red light deal?
This is just a red light special.
Man,
You guys are the only ones that get to experience this annoying side of me.
that's awesome. So my trading paints doesn't work, so I still have your man. I don't even know what paint scheme it is. You have a gray paint scheme that's probably from 4 years ago, but you have a Django paint scheme, right? That you
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, so basically what I had Ryan do was we made, I think Ethan made a new logo.
Okay.
And then do you remember because I told Ryan I wanted to do black and gold and be very championship
Okay.
colors, and he was like, okay, and then he based it off of the old John Player special Lotus F1 cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the inspiration for. I tell him if I ever win a third one, I'm gonna reverse it and just have the whole car be gold with black numbers.
That's awesome.
Just to be more obnoxious.
No, I actually the paint schemes that you do run when I do watch the broadcast, I do think they look sharp. Oldani does a really good job with the paints. I think a lot of the guys do. So I get Susan to do it a lot, but I think Oldani does a really good job.
No, I think Ryan does all of the 4X schemes. So
Nice.
any of the 4X schemes, that is our resident Ryan Oldani.
Cool. Do you switch your paint schemes up? Like if you're on a good run, do you keep it or do you change it throughout the season, or is each car a little bit different? How do you do it?
So every car is the same. I think the only time I switch is if we do a throwback race.
Yeah.
Then I will participate because I think it's lame when people don't find a throwback scheme to run.
I know.
So,
Have you
yeah,
have you seen have you seen Richard's paint scheme since he's came back? The 01?
Every time I see it, it looks the same. The black with the flames.
Yeah, there's no flames. So I just made fun of him because he got some TV time from his 2 accidents. Well, it wasn't his fault, but he was in 2 accidents. He did finally get a decent finish, but he got some TV time. And I took a screenshot and I'm like, Richard, you don't even have a damn paint scheme. Like, that's embarrassing.
Maybe he's got to earn his flames back. He's been going a while. You can't just put flames on a race car.
That is very true.
Flames on a race car.
That is very true. He his 10th place finish was his best finish, and it still did not bump him up any in the point standings. He was so excited because I told him, about he gained some points, but it still didn't get him anywhere. But we'll get back to you. So let's start out just who is Chris Hammett, man? I know you're married. I know you got a kid on the way. Before we started the stream, you got 2 dogs. You want to show them off?
Yeah, sure. I know that this is gonna probably make the make noise. But there's Henry. He's my pit bull corgi mix. That's him. He's very loud.
Yeah.
If you're ever thinking about getting a corgi, just know that they scream.
Yeah.
And then the orange one back there taking a nap. That's my baby girl. That's my pit bull Bristol. I can figure out which one I named. But no, those are my guys. And then me and the wife are expecting our first child. Should be the only child, but we'll see how that goes.
All right.
In October, so that'll be a whole adventure.
Yeah.
We have no idea what we're doing, but dumber people than us have had kids.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
Can't be that hard.
You're a good dude.
It can't be that hard.
Well, I wouldn't say that, man. So, my wife and I, we've been together 20-something years and no kids, so we're going to keep it like that for now.
Yeah, that's my brother. I have an older brother, and him and his his wife have no kids. So our child will be the first grandchild for not only my parents, but also my wife's parents.
Wow.
So this kid has no chance.
You're gonna spoil it, man.
No chance in hell
Yeah.
of this thing turning out normal. But,
No.
you know,
Oh, you turned out halfway all right. You don't take care of your yard. I notice you don't make your bed over there, but you figure it out.
this is the dog's bed, okay? This is how they like it. They make their blankets into nice little nests and pillows.
Yeah.
And you know, who am I to tell them how to live?
I hear you, man. I hear you. No, that's cool. Congratulations. Do you think? I mean, you won't know until it comes, but you're gonna probably have to take some time away. Do you still think you're gonna be able to come out on Mondays?
So, the next red light season is probably gonna be iffy. I probably definitely won't run full time.
Okay.
I would like. My goal is to be back in it to get ready for the 24 Hours of Daytona.
Okay.
In January, but we'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not planning on running the full red light season next season. So
Man.
if something changes, then cool. But my goal is to be back ready for the 24 Hours of Daytona and then get back into it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they'll be a little. Right now, our due date is 2 days after the season ends. So I really need my wife to hang on those last 2 days.
Yeah. Now I'm kind of. What do you think about the new? I know I'm kind of jumping the gun, but the new points, how we have it with the chase. You excited about that?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely different. I think it's going to be harder, honestly, than the playoff format. Where in the playoff format, Henry, I swear to God, in the
can you focus?
Format, I think you could afford to have a bad race just because you could win your way out of it.
Yep.
Even though the 2 race rounds would kind of bury you.
Yes.
But you at least had an option. I think if you're going to win this championship this season, I don't think you could have a week where you don't finish in the top 5.
Well,
who? I just looking at kind of assuming on who's going to be up front with you and Max and Zach and maybe some like Chris Worrell, who's brought a lot of speed in this season for his first run with us. I know he's good because he's in the IROC series that I'm in, so he's definitely won something somewhere. I just don't know if you're going to be able to afford to have a mediocre night.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know where you're going to make those points back up at.
Yeah.
If you give up, I don't know.
No volume, buddy. Come on. No volume. There we go.
Am I back?
You're good.
All right, cool. I'll let it ride. Yeah, if you give up like 7 to 10 points a race, I don't know where you're going to make. It's going to take you the rest of the 4 races to try to make them back.
And you're gonna have to win it, so you're still gonna get the bonus points for winning the race. But that's where Zach has his cushion right now, is his 2 wins, and then whoever wins the regular season, you get 10 bonus points. Plus, it's an extra point for how high you finish. So, like if you're 12th, you'll have 0 points. If you're first, you're gonna get a 12-point cushion plus 10. So you're gonna get a buffer. So he's in the driver's seat. So he can have one bad race. But I think for everybody else, even if you're in second, you're gonna have to be consistent. And if you're in 8th, 10th, or 12th, you're gonna have to win some races to get there. I'm excited. I kind of like it because I'm points racing the whole time this season, just to make sure that I can capitalize where I'm at as best I can. So, but let's jump back over about kind of who you are. So, outside of racing, what do you do?
I don't do much.
I mean,
racing's been kind of the only thing that I do.
You race real cars, right?
Yeah. Well, we haven't run this year, but I started racing go-karts when I was 9.
Okay.
So this is the first year that I haven't raced, and I'm turned 31 this year.
Okay.
So this is the first year that I haven't raced in 22 years.
Yeah.
So that's been a little different this year, but yeah, other than that, we don't really do a whole lot. Just, I like hanging out at home.
Same.
I play some video games when I have some free time or the house to myself. I don't make my wife sit there and watch me play video games too often.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really do a whole lot. I come back here, I hang out with my wife, and we'll be very busy with a baby here
Yep.
in a couple
What kind of video games do you play outside of racing?
I'm a big sports video game
Yeah.
guy. So or any racing video game too.
Yeah.
So I got into the NASCAR game last year. Forza was this year. I'm big into college football games, but I'm a big single player. I just play by myself. I don't get crazy online. I'm not
Yeah.
in that anymore. I just want to relax and play my video games.
I've
I don't need a 12-year-old to whip my ass.
I've always been a Madden guy, so I used to play Call of Duty, and that was 10 years
Oh yeah,
ago.
back in the day, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Black
Yeah, man.
Ops, that was it.
Search and
But
destroy.
yeah, I'm washed now.
Yeah.
I can't keep up.
No, I've tried it. I tried it last year, the year before, and I think my hand-eye coordination is already waning. I'm 40, so I can't keep up with the 8 and 12-year-olds with their squeaky voices. So, what'd you say? I lost you again.
That's like that.
Yeah.
40.
Well, 10-4. Okay, so we know a little bit about Chris. Let's jump over to, I guess, NASCAR, and I guess your suit that you're wearing. I think that's going to go hand in hand. So, started, I guess, karting when you said 9, right?
Yeah, I was 9 years old.
So, now, real quick on the karting. Were you just doing road, or did you have, like, dirt for karting, or what kind of tracks?
We did pavement oval.
Okay.
And I ran karts until I was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2011. So yeah, 16. I ran go karts. And then we started off just running at a local track in Virginia, King George Speedway. Shout out King George Speedway. Still there, still operating, still doing it. And then we started branching out. We ran Maryland states, Pennsylvania states, and Virginia's. And then we went national racing. I think in 06 or 07.
Gotcha.
We went and ran the pavement national circuit, which was 5 races a year. We'd run in New York, Pennsylvania,
Heck yeah.
South Carolina.
Did you ever win?
We went up to Indiana a couple of years. That was a fun trip.
Cool.
And yeah, we had a lot of success in go karts. I got 2 national championship trophies sitting in my house.
Heck yeah, man.
And I got a bunch of state championships floating around somewhere.
Are you better? Were you better in real life or on the sim?
Right now I'm better on the sim.
Yeah.
But I was in go-karts as a cocky 13, 14-year-old. You could tell me nothing.
I couldn't imagine. I would. My goodness, racing with you, with what you're wearing, I could only imagine.
I was a very clean racer. I didn't get into anything if I didn't have to.
Really?
We were fast. We were up front. We won a lot. I mean, I have my parents' house in the basement is probably full of regular go-kart
Heck
tracks
yeah.
somewhere. But yeah, you couldn't. When I won my second national championship in 2010, I was 15.
Yeah.
So yeah, you couldn't tell me anything.
Heck yeah, man.
I was the next big thing. What are you talking
Did you
about?
think that you were gonna have a progression from say karts to I mean I guess it would go like legends or somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean even I think before we got into legends, I don't think we really understood what that jump was.
Okay.
And kind of how different that world is when you go to your regular short track racing outside of from karts, how big of a jump that is, and how much. I mean, when I first started dating Ashley and I took her to a big race, I think in North Carolina, I was like, you have no idea what you're about to walk into. I'm like, this is NASCAR.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it doesn't look like it, but these guys are insane, and they
Yeah.
are. So yeah, I miss my go kart days. That's why I keep my trophies to remind myself.
Heck yeah.
Sometimes I was good.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, it's a whole different world when you get into like your local short track ranks and you get into a legend, and we never had the financial ability to go anything above a we barely had that financial ability to run these in a legend car.
Yeah.
More or less to move up into like a limited or a late model stock. I mean,
Gotcha.
You're talking insane amounts of money.
How much for a season? How much do you think you need just for like a legends car? Ish.
I can tell you, I know the highest number that I've heard of guys running. It's the next up and coming NASCAR star. He's the son of a former NASCAR champion. Anybody can figure that out.
Oh yeah.
I think they were spending $275 or $300,000 a year to run a legend car.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if that's running like 70 races a year.
Yeah.
But I mean, even still, I mean, probably to be competitive now, I would assume. I mean, the problem is if you don't run as many races as they do, you're behind on them.
Yeah.
Just from a seat time perspective. So when you're like me, and we would try to hit like between 15 and 20 races a year, you know, you race against some of those guys on a weekly basis. Though it's just if you have like doubles night where you're running twin races, and they come to those races to run for national points. Is racing in Virginia, you're not that far from North Carolina.
Yeah.
If we had a doubles night, you would have your big guys come up there to run, and they're freaking good.
That's awesome.
So it's a whole new world in the legends cars, man. It's changed a lot in the last 5 years.
And I bet they had, you know, top tier stuff too. So they have the best of the best.
There's teams. There's full blown race teams. It's their full time job to work on legends cars. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's real. And there's a reason why those guys win a lot.
Yeah.
They're good, but they got everything going for them.
The only thing that I can relate to that is Richard and I usually try to make one trip a year to Charlotte. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's like GoPro Motorplex. It's like an 0.8 of a mile road course. And I've seen like Austin Cindric there. I've seen Will Power there. They have their own little carts that they drive, you know, during the week just to pass some time. I've seen Jamie McMurray and his kid up there, and then we've kind of talked to them, and their setups and their little garages that they have, it's just insane with the precision, and you can just tell that the money that they're putting into it. Like, I'm envious of it. Like, I played hockey all my life, and I wish I would have, I wouldn't say wish, but if I didn't play hockey, I wish I would have had the opportunity to race as a kid. That'd have been cool.
Yeah, I mean, my time in go-karts, I mean, me and my dad traveled all the way up and down the East Coast and out west, except to Indiana a couple of times. I mean, that was awesome. I wouldn't trade any of that for anything. And we've had a lot of fun in legends cars, too. The last couple of years have been a struggle. But, you know, the sport's changing a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's just harder for people in our position to just be as competitive as I want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's not to say that we couldn't still go out there and race and have fun, but you know me, I think, well enough to know that my version of having fun is not riding around at 12.
Yes.
I always say, like, I don't need to win every race, but I don't even really care if we win another one, but I want to be in the picture that they take when the leader takes a checker flag.
Same way. I'm the same way. No.
In the picture.
Yeah.
That's really all.
No matter what track I go to, and then, you know, if whoever's better than me, I'm always trying to figure out what they're doing to try to mimic that or try to get better. Like, I guess, you know, I used to be teammates with Butler, and he's won so many races, and he could always save fuel and tires but go faster when I first, you know, joined, and I could not understand it, and it was just little changes, and it's just seat time, and I enjoy practice. So I think we have some similarities into that. Is I think I just enjoy turning laps, and I think you kind of do too.
I think me and you are way more similar than either one of us likes to admit sometimes.
No, I would agree with that.
I think that's the problem sometimes.
No, and we're both very competitive, right? But I think, you know, we run around each other probably the most out of anybody. Like, obviously we run around the 18, the 8, the 42, but I would say every week or every other week we are within 1 to 2 cars of each other, plus or minus, every week.
Oh, yeah.
No matter the track.
No.
So obviously we've had a run-ins. And I honestly should have started with our intro, because I really wanted to be like, hey, what happened on them 2 wrecks on the intro? But I kind of forgot about that. It's all good. It's all good. But we'll get to those in a little bit. So last question on the karting. I've heard Larson, you know, say it's the feel, like, in your butt of just feeling the car. What's the biggest difference from driving a kart or a Legends and being on the sim?
Yeah, I would say it sounds weird. It's the being in the car.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds like a cop-out answer, but it's the being in the car. That's the thing. It's and I know people have crazy sim rigs now that do all the motion and this and that, but for normal people, you know, it's being strapped down in the race car, and
Yeah.
you know your helmet on and you're tunnel visioned in, and it's loud, and like a legend car is not a smooth driving vehicle.
Yeah.
You know, they vibrate, and they don't have power steering, so
Oof.
they're not the easiest things to drive.
Yeah.
It's the feeling in your butt, it's the feeling in your hands and
Yeah.
the wheel. You know, it's being in the car.
Yeah.
And it's a weird way to explain it, and it's not a great way of explaining it, but that's the best that
Yeah,
I
I
can.
mean, all we get is sounds, but it's to me it's the wheel. It's the wheel with the feel. If you get loose or you're tight, and then it's just muscle memory on the pedals is what I think. The more track time you get, the more laps you put in, you just get smoother with your brakes, and all your inputs just get a little bit smoother, even though it's just a sim.
It's the wheel shaking in your hand, even when just from the vibrations of the motor and the car itself.
Oh no, I don't run hardly any force feedback. I don't feel any of that.
And the difference between being in
Oh,
the
yeah,
sim
yeah. Gotcha.
and on the racetrack.
Yeah.
It's everything that comes with being inside of a race car.
Yeah.
That as close as some of these sims can get, I don't think there's really a true 100% replacement for just actually being in the car.
Yeah.
I think everybody should, if you ever get a chance to do anything in a race car, I highly recommend everybody do it so you can see how different it is. I mean, iRacing does a fantastic job, and everything's close, but you're always missing that little something.
I get it. All right, so we went from karting to you being a NASCAR fan. I see you have I guess that have to be. Well, I think I know it anyways. You're a big Mark Martin fan. How'd that come about?
Fan.
Do what?
I'm a massive Mark Martin fan.
Well, I think y'all's personalities are completely opposite. So how in the world did you become a Mark Martin fan?
I don't really know. That's just what I grew up. I just remember being a Mark Martin fan.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. I asked my dad one time, and he said he didn't know either. That's just who you started rooting for. I did grow up in a Ford household, so I'm sure I was pushed in that direction to root for a Ford driver. But no, that was just my guy. So I raced the number 6. That was on my go-karts and my Legends cars. I have all kinds of Mark Martin die casts back there on that shelf over there. I got tiny 1/64 scalp ones sitting on my desk. I got, now that they're selling new hats and T-shirts, I buy all the hats and the T-shirts and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
So what's the hat? You have 60 on it.
This is a Winn-Dixie hat that they came out with. Shout out to the Mark Martin Archive. Sponsor me. Shameless plug. But I got that. They have a Valvoline hat that I also bought. I was going back and forth between hats, but I went with the Winn-Dixie one. So yeah, I was a huge Mark Martin fan. Now I am a Ryan Blaney fan.
Good call. Yeah.
Sticking with the Ford family because that's what I am brainwashed to be. Ford guy. I've never even driven. I've never even owned a car that's not a Ford. So shameless plug, Ford. I'm over here. But yeah.
So that's where we're polar opposites. Is obviously I have never owned something that's not a Toyota. So I had a '96 Toyota Camry. I've had 2 Tacomas. I did buy a Scion, which was an awful decision. That thing was a.
Like a box?
No, it was just a turd. No, I had the little, the sporty one. I can't X something. I don't even remember what it was. Thing was a turd. Yeah, not good. But so for me, I think I'm gonna try to be a Corey Haim guy because like growing up, I was a Bobby Labonte fan. That's just I met him as a youngster, and that's who I followed. And then I kind of followed Jimmy Johnson. And then I've tried to follow a Toyota guy, but I just don't like a lot of the Toyota guys.
They're not likable. Something about them.
But I think Briscoe's a good dude. I'm starting to pull for him. He's sponsored by Bass Pro. I'm trying I just enjoy watching racing. Like, do you watch every Sunday if you can?
Yeah. I don't miss much.
Yeah.
I watch the truck races. I watch the bush races.
Same way, man.
Yeah, and I don't miss many. If I miss something, the only races I would used to miss is when we were racing.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't home to watch them.
Yeah.
But no, I keep me and my dad and my wife. We do a little fantasy thing against each other every year.
Okay.
For the past 2 years, we've done that. So yeah, I'm in. I'm still all in. I don't care what people say. They can talk bad about NASCAR. I'm
No.
still there every Sunday.
I'm with you. I think the new car has a lot of issues. I think the race on Sunday was not very entertaining. However,
That one was rough.
that one was bad, and it just baffles me that so many people complain, and then they still have a product that's bad. But I thought I guess the Xfinity slash whatever the O'Reilly Series race, that was actually pretty neat. How they would spread apart, and then they would have these little groups and catch each other, and then you can get guys loose by getting under them. It was like, well, that was actually pretty cool racing.
I would like them to turn the O'Reilly cars loose around there again and not have them kind of choked down, just to see what that would be like. Because I don't really know how much the draft is doing there
And I get it.
with them.
Yeah.
I'd say turn them. I want to see them turn the cars loose at the new Atlanta and see what that would do.
Yeah.
Especially now that track's kind of worn out a
Yeah.
little bit. If they're going to keep racing in the day anyway,
Yeah.
where going to have everybody spread out, turn them loose.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to see race cars go fast.
Gotcha. So who's your least favorite driver in the NASCAR series since you watch all the time? I think
Now,
yes.
I mean, forever it was Jimmy Johnson. But he beat my guy all the time.
Yeah, but he's just a good, humble guy, man.
I was also raised to like hate Jeff Gordon.
Yeah.
Like, that was something instilled in me.
Well,
Was not like him.
he was a whiner. I'm not a big Gordon fan.
I mean, now driver wise, I still think the driver I root against the most is Denny Hamlin.
Do you watch his podcast?
But that's the thing. I like Denny Hamlin, the owner, outside the car. I think he's really smart. I think he brings a lot of new things to the table, and obviously they're doing something right at 2311.
Yep.
But Denny Hamlin, the race car driver, when he gets in that 11 car on Sundays, that guy can't. I don't like him.
He reminds me of somebody that I'm talking to right now a little bit.
I separate Denny Hamlin, the owner, and Denny Hamlin, the driver.
Man.
Other than that, I mean, there's guys I really don't. I mean, there's anybody else that I don't really care for doesn't typically run that good. I think it's annoying when the guy you don't like wins all the time. That makes you not like him more.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. There's a few that I don't like, but they typically they make their own mistakes, but then they blame everybody else. But it's great because they don't do very well. So, it is what it is.
Like I grew up hating Tom Brady and Peyton Manning too.
Oh, you just don't like winners.
Because they beat my team all the
Yeah.
time. But no, I'm not gonna like this guy.
Sore loser, man. So,
Yeah.
all right.
100%.
Huh?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm okay with that. Like when people are winning, it's like, go ahead, man. Like, good for you. Somebody will catch you. You're doing something right. Enjoy it while you can. So, all right. So we know who you are. NASCAR fan. How'd you get into iRacing?
When we were running the legend cars, and we started working with a guy, and he told me, he's like, since you guys can't really come practice, every day during the week, you should try to get into iRacing just to be able to be getting laps in something during the week while you can't be at the racetrack. And that was, 15 years ago.
Oh, so you've been on it that long?
Well, I was on iRacing for a while, and then I kind of fell out of it.
Okay.
I just wasn't really having fun with it anymore, so I stopped it for a few years, and then I wanted to get back into it, which is why my name on iRacing is Chris Hammett 2, is because there is another Chris Hammett. That's me, an account that has been active for 12 years. So ignore that guy.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go look at your stats on that. See how bad they are.
Yeah, I don't even. It's been a long time.
That's funny.
I got back into it probably 6 years ago or so.
Yeah.
7 years ago.
What?
And worked my way back, through the licensing system. Then I was finding myself not really enjoying it again, just because official races can be quite annoying sometimes. So I went searching out for a league. I see people running all these leagues, and that seems like fun. So I went to the forums and posted a thing. I was like, hey, if you have an oval racing league with a fixed setup, I want to be in.
Did we message you? How did we find you?
Papa Buckley found me.
No shit.
And Thursday Modified Series. So I think I made like half a season maybe in that, and I was like, I want to run the Monday NASCAR stuff.
Yep.
Um, and then I started running on Mondays, the Superior Red Light Racing Series, and here we are.
Yeah, January 4th of 2021 was your first race.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that tracks.
Yeah, had to write that down. Favorite track, least favorite track on iRacing, or just I would say more so not. I know you do a lot of road racing, so a lot of our guys that'll be watching that's probably won't relate. So, what do you like in our league?
Favorite oval track is probably Martinsville. That's probably my best racetrack. For whatever reason, I tend to run really good there. I think I only have one win there, which is pathetic.
Well, I mean that's a track where especially the numbers that we have, you can be the best car, but because of strategy, when you have to pit or something happens, like good luck.
Got the strategy wrong and got buried and got wrecked. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Martinsville's still probably my favorite track. Least favorite tracks would probably be like Auto Club or Michigan.
Really?
Just because I have a hard time with those big 2 mile, super wide racetracks. I never really run extremely well there, or if I do, it takes everything out of me.
Yeah.
So other than that, like I don't mind the mile and a half. There's cars I'd rather run the mile and a halves in than others. But no, I'm a short track guy.
So you're a rhythm guy. So I think you want a shorter track where you can just hit your marks nonstop.
Yeah, that's where I do the best. Like at tracks like Martinsville. When we've gone to different racetracks like Lanier, I led a bunch of laps last year. Concord this year, I led a bunch of laps. Like just those short tracks. I think running the ARCA car gives us more of an ability now to kind of do some different racetracks.
Yeah.
Just because the ARCA car has
the setups.
A lot of stuff. Now sometimes they turn into a little bit of a mess, but I'm going to host a short track racing class one of these days.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach people how to
No,
do it.
I definitely enjoy the short tracks. I feel like that's one of my better strengths, but what hurts me sometimes is when you qualify 15th, 18th on a short track, you kind of put yourselves in a hornet's nest. So, Do what?
I don't know what you got going on over there with your qualifying. It's you to figure it out.
So I think my biggest issue is, the track changes. Like it used to be on iRacing, at the end of the practice when we would jump into qualifying, it was the same state. So you can, last 5 minutes of practice, you can get the feel, you go out for qualifying, you can hit your lap. I feel like the track temperature can change, it just has a different feel. Usually it picks up grip when we, I guess, clear all the rubber or the marbles off, and I underdrive the car most of the time for me.
Yeah, the way that Sousa has a session set up now, if you want to do honest mock runs, you need to be like the first one in there.
Oh, 100%. That's usually, I jump. Yeah.
And you can get your mock runs in, but other than that, send it.
I know. That's just not how I drive sometimes. I'm more
on the dash, James.
Huh?
Come on.
What'd you say?
Put them on the dash.
I know.
And send it.
I know. Last season it was, I think 3 of my qualifying efforts, I nicked the wall. Like, just 0 X's and nullified my lap, and then the other lap was a turd.
Stop hitting the wall.
Yeah, Shit happens. All right. So, out of all the cars we drive, what do you like, what don't you like? How would you rank them?
I think the Busch car is, the best car. I think it's the most versatile car. The O'Reilly car, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the most versatile car. I think it can kind of do a little bit of everything. I don't mind the Cup car. I really don't. I know some people hate it, but I don't mind the Cup
I think
car.
it's good on some tracks.
But I think on the mile and a half and multi-group racetracks, it can be a really fun car to drive. So I don't mind the Cup car. The ARCA car, I like on the shorter tracks. I think when we get to like the races that we have where the ARCA car is on a mile and a half, I don't really enjoy that too much. I just think it's basically a pseudo super speedway race at that point.
Mm-hmm.
The truck, The truck's probably my least favorite vehicle. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is about that thing. Um, I never really, I don't know. It's a weird vehicle. I don't
Yeah.
typically get along too well with the truck, so I'll probably put the truck fourth. I would go probably the Bush car, the Cup car and Argent car, 2A, 2B, and then the truck.
I'm probably close to you on that. I think the Xfinity, the setups that we get, I just think it's the most racy car that we get, and I feel like it has the most power. The truck is too much of a turd, and I think I like setups that are a little more challenging sometimes, and I feel like the truck sometimes on mile and a half or the 2 miles we're like flat footing it for like the first 2-3 laps. That's not a strength. So
No, I'm not big in like those where you have like the truck at like Michigan, and I'm like, it's kind of a drafting track, but
yeah,
it's not really a draft. Like it's not hard to go fast, but it's not like I like Daytona and Talladega.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong, I love a super speedway race, but not like the half super speedway, half not, and it's weird. That's not my thing.
yeah. Um, let's see. Right now, would you rather do oval racing or are you really enjoying the roadside?
I like them both. Like, I'm a NASCAR guy. Like, I don't really watch any road racing. I might flick on like the Daytona 24 in January. So like that's my thing. That's what I do. But it's something so different to be able to do the endurance racing with Zach and Sean and Ryan when they race with us, or we've met some new guys that we ran the mile with this year. So to run the GT3 endurance stuff, I mean Zach suckered me into that and it worked. But it's a lot of fun. They're definitely a lot different, you know. It's a race where you're never really out of it. It's fun to drive a road racing car or a car on a road course that's meant to be driven on a road course.
Yeah,
The stock cars can be a bit of a handful. So I mean, those GT3 cars, man, when you get them hooked up, you can all ass
yeah,
for the whole fuel run, and that's just fun.
yeah,
There's so much grip in those cars that you can be so aggressive with them on the brakes and on throttle. I always, when Max runs with us during the Daytona 24, I tell him his worst problem is the car drives too good. Like you're used to driving something that doesn't drive as good. Like that's the problem. The car is too good, but
yeah,
it's a lot of fun. Those races, I mean, my wife hates them because like I'm a zombie for the next day, but they're a lot of fun. So
yeah.
we try to hit most of them. I think our next one coming up, we have a 24 hours at Silverstone. That's a new race this year with the GT3s and GT4s that iRacing's doing. So that'll definitely be interesting. But yeah,
How,
I've been
how
trying
many?
to get you to do it.
I know. I can't commit. My schedule changes and I fish too much. I just how I am in
I'm supposed to take it in January. What kind of fishing are you doing in the middle of January? Ice fishing?
No, I mean it doesn't freeze down here, but I have a fishing tournament. I already know it. It'll be the third Sunday in January. That's just part of my club. So.
I'm like, either that or I'm talking like Bathurst or something ridiculous.
Oh God, I think I would enjoy it. I know Richard and Buckley and you guys have tried, but I've never committed to it because I actually think I'm pretty decent on the roadside. I just haven't. I used to do a lot better until Zach got really good at these road races. Where now it's almost, huh?
That's what does during the week is road race.
I know. I can tell.
Yeah, so that's his thing. I mean, and for me to be good at road courses, and I try to keep up with Zach. I don't like being the weak link on the team, so I practice my ass off when we get to these races.
I wonder how many hours you put in before one of these races.
I mean, I'm a psycho. Like when we get to Daytona, which I feel like is my best road course, the amount of work I put in for Daytona is a little bit ridiculous. But I really want to win that race, so like I'll run through every GT3 car, all 11 of them, for probably I'll run them 10 to 15 laps, and I'll make notes and everything about what I think is best. And then
Oh my God.
And then we'll compare and be like, all right, this like last year it was very obvious that the Porsche was the best car, so it
Okay.
wasn't big of a discussion. But I test them all, and then I go and make a couple hours a night, and then Zach works on the setup, so I just drive them. I just complain about them. That's what I'm good at.
Hey, you're a typical driver. You're a driver.
Yeah, it needs to do better. I can't fix it though.
Yeah.
And then we work through it. But you know, I put a lot of time into it, but it's something. I think I could practice more on the road courses for a longer period of time than on the ovals. I think at some point on the ovals, I get a little like, okay, I've made. Well, I practiced for Bristol earlier today, and I was like, all right, I've made like 120 laps around here.
Wait, you've already turned 120 laps at Bristol?
Something like that. I don't know. Who's counting, James?
All right. So, all right. We'll say hold on. Let's segue into the old red light racing real quick. So hold on. Let me get my stats real quick for you. You got 178 starts. You're 13th all time, so you're working your way up there. You got 21 poles, pretty good. Average start is 8. No, I definitely feel now that I feel one of your best strengths is your qualifying. You put yourself in a good position right off the go. Track position, strategy, and you don't have to worry about the mess. So you definitely got the qualifying down. But I guess you just sucked early on for having an average start of 8th. So
I know my rookie season, I feel like most rookies are that come into the league. I was a little nervous, and the one thing I did not want to do is wreck a bunch of people and mess up early in the race. So I know there was a decent chunk of time where I just wouldn't qualify.
See, I don't even remember that. I'm trying to remember when you joined.
I would just start wherever I started.
Okay.
And then another thing that I'll do, or I would do in the playoffs, when we had the playoff format, and if I got eliminated at some point, is I wouldn't qualify there, because I didn't want to be really around the playoff driver.
Yeah.
Especially at the start of the race, I was like, I'm good. I don't need to go out of turn 2 and lose it and take out one of these guys.
Yeah.
I'll start in the back there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you got to work on the average. You got to keep that average finish. You got a 9.3 average finish, so we got to work on that. You do have a good average running position. It's one of the better ones. It's a 6.5, 66 top fives, 121.
I need to drop that like 0.2.
What do you mean?
I can get to 6.7.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You do have 2 championships. That's pretty good.
And I do.
That's pretty good. And I do have one question here in a little bit. I was just curious. We'll get to it real quick. So what's your most memorable race for the good and for the bad?
Most memorable race for the good would be winning the second championship.
Where I don't remember it. Where was it? What track?
I was at Dover in the Busch car. I was a lunatic leading up to that race.
So
We had a week before that race.
Yeah.
In between rounds, for whatever reason, well, it was a holiday or what, but in between the end of the round to 8 and the championship 4, we had a week off. So I had 2 weeks, and I must have made 600 laps at Dover. I tested everything. It was a race where I knew the fuel window was really, really open. It was one of those strange weeks where you didn't have to run it all the way out of gas to make it on gas. You could split it evenly, you could run it empty. I set a stopwatch and ran 100 laps, which was the race distance, and pitted evenly. Pitted on 34, 33, 33, and timed it. And said, okay. And then I went and I did another 100 laps, and I ran it empty every time, which was probably 40 laps. So I ran 40, 40, and 20, and timed it to see which one was faster. So if it went green, I knew when the best time. If I went ballistic, because I wanted that one so bad.
I think 600 laps is an understatement with probably how many laps you turned.
I tested everything under the sun, because I had one that won, but that one was I don't know if you want to put an asterisk by it, but that year Max got knocked out in the first round, which was just strange.
Yeah.
So Max got knocked out. You had Zach didn't make it. The final 4 was me, you, I think Souza and Richard. And I won my first race the week before the championship race. I hadn't won a race up until that point.
Yeah.
And so going into that weekend at Auto Club, I was terrible on Sunday, and my strategy for that race was to literally follow the 42 car.
Mm-hmm.
Max could have driven off a cliff, and I would have followed him.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to beat him. I can literally follow him the whole race. And you had that championship won, because you were going to make it on one less stop, but a caution came out, and I think he buried you in like 10th, and I was running second. And it took you the rest of the race. You got to my bumper coming to the checker flag. One more lap, you'd have had me.
At Dover?
No, that was at Auto.
Oh, okay, yeah.
First one. Dover, I was like, I want like to. It was me, you, Max. I think Sean made the final four. I was like,
Yeah.
I want to beat Max and James. Like, I want to straight up. I'm gonna beat them this week. They might beat me every other week. I'm winning this week.
Yeah.
And the only thing I regret about that race is that Max got taken out like on lap 20 by a lap.
Oh man.
And I felt like I didn't get to beat him the way I wanted to
Yeah.
beat him.
Stuff happens.
On the negative side, I don't know. I got more of those. Losing at Homestead to you.
That honestly, not trying to, since we're doing this, I've been doing this a long time. That was probably the most satisfying race for me because when that race started, I was the fourth best playoff car, and as the race progressed, I'm always trying to figure it out, and I figured a line that worked, and it all worked out. So I know it.
Yeah, that one hurt because that would have been back to back. Like I'd have won back to back years. That'd have been 3. It was the same thing. It was me, you, Max. I don't remember who the fourth. Oh, it was Adam. Max was
Yes.
the fourth. I was like, that would have been back to back. So that one probably hurt.
Dude, I thought you had that because so when we go to a track and it's a single lane, tight or more snug setup, which the bottom at Homestead was way too loose, so you had to run the top. And I know, like you and Max, if you and like the Dover race, that when I still remember that now is when we got to Sunday and you couldn't move around and it was a tight setup and you had to win that practice race, or I knew you were the best on the Sunday practice race. I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna need a miracle on this. Like I just know because, like I said, single lane, tight setup, rhythm, it's you. But once that bottom lane started coming in at Homestead and you refused to get off your line, I'm like, oh my goodness, I got a chance on this.
I had gone down there. I went down there probably midway through the race. I was passing a lap car that was running up top, so I had to go down there. And I about wrecked it, and Max got by me for the lead.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm never going down here again.
It changed.
Like, I went down there, and for 10 seconds, and about stuffed it in the fence. And I was like, this is awful.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, that one, the championship last year, that just kind of sucked that it turned into a fuel mileage thing and like.
Dude, I was out of it in lap 1. Dude, I drove 3 hours to do that.
Fuel mileage race, like I didn't pit on lap 2 to top it off with gas, and so like I led basically the whole race only to not make it on gas.
Yeah.
Which that happens to me a lot. I hate fuel mileage.
Hey, I blame DJ for coming back because I definitely 3 out of our 6 races this season have had fuel.
Well, what's even more annoying is when you have a teammate that's really, really good at it and wins all the fuel mileage races now.
Well,
I don't know if you've noticed it. That 8 car has a bigger gas tank than everybody else.
no,
No.
that's something that all you guys have gotten better because I do feel as though like when you guys joined, you guys made just more mistakes on the track, and then you guys typically didn't take 2 tires or have the strategy right, and then like when you're teammates with DJ, Sean, or like me and Trent now, like we put a lot of emphasis on learning the strategy every week. Got to try 2 tires. You got to see how far you can run the tank. Can you split it? What could you do? And then, Zach's just kind of, he has it right now. He's kind of in that DJ realm.
At Kansas this year, he went, we can make it. I went, are you sure we can make it? And he went, yeah, we can make it from here. I said, okay, I'm following you. same amount he did, and I ran out at the line, and he still beat me by 6 seconds. So I don't know how he's able to go so much faster and save so much gas.
No, I get it.
But no, yeah, those 2 mile stuff, I just want to drive the car fast.
No, I do.
Like Dover this year, I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Screw this.
No, I mean, I think Dover, I had one of the best cars, and I was 3 or 4 laps short, and here comes Max, the 42, and I'm running 3/4 speeds on the front backstretch, and it's just so hard to let him go.
Yeah,
but
Zach gets mad at me when we do the endurance stuff, because I'm the worst on fuel, always. For some reason, I always am like a lap short, so Zach needs to make up for to keep us on strategy. Zach has to run a lap longer than he needs to, just to let me drive how I want to drive.
That's funny, man. So we know how long you've been on. Let's see. All right, I mean, I probably kind of know this. Who's your biggest rivals? I asked Oldani, I'm going to ask everybody. Who is it?
Besides fuel mileage, because that's my biggest one. I don't know. I feel like I've had more issues with the 86 car than anybody else. For one reason or another. I think Max as a rival, but not because we've ever had any issues. It's just I want to beat him.
Yeah.
Because he's so good. I really enjoy racing with Max, and getting to run some of the endurance stuff with him. You know, he's ran with us for Daytona the last couple of years. He ran the Indy 6-hour with us.
Is he just as good on the road side as on the oval side when he puts the time in?
He's good. I still stand by the car drives too good for him.
Yeah.
I feel like he can drive the car harder than what he thinks he can and not hurt anything.
Yeah.
But he's still really good. Don't get me wrong. So getting to see Max is really, really funny. He's a hilarious guy.
See, I would love, I'm enjoying this.
You gotta listen really closely sometimes, but Max has a great personality. He just doesn't let it out a lot. So when you can get him kind of away from Red Light Mondays and doing some extra stuff, I like hanging out and talking with Max.
That's pretty cool, man.
He's a good guy.
Probably
a big rival would be that 86 Toyota Celica.
Yeah.
Me and that car get together a lot.
I would just say we're around each other probably the most. So obviously we've had we have more run-ins together than, other guys, just because every race we are around each other at some time. But, I think for the most part, we do a really good job of kind of, giving each other room, knowing how we race. And then the odd thing does happen. So, like Ethan put together, 2 very memorable.
For moments, but
I'm okay. Hey, I have no hard feelings. I might get really, really mad in the moment for a while, but it's all good. I'm completely okay. Stuff happens.
So what you want to break them down, James, or are we just gonna let it go?
I was just gonna let it go. Moving on. I don't see. Wait, please don't tell me you have this written down, ready to go.
Oh no, I don't need it written down. I remember every single one.
How many run-ins do we have?
I think it's only 3.
That's not bad. You intentionally wrecked me at Homestead because Single tried to chop my nose off, and I said, not happening. And you ran like a madman for 3 laps, and that's the first teaser.
It would help that you hurt you. I didn't even need to do that because you screwed yourself when you did that because you damaged the truck.
Well, I didn't want, Single was making me mad. I didn't want, I was under him. I'm like, you were not running me to the,
One thing you forget about at that time, you had a couple of instances where James Skelton got involved in a couple things.
I don't.
Were you getting an EOL penalty for something you did after a race one time?
Could have.
So when I saw you dump the 11, I was like...
I didn't dump the 11. He chopped my nose off.
When I saw you dump the 11, I was like, well, if he can do it, I was like, I'm just going to go into this corner right here. I'm going to get right on his quarter panel.
Well, look at it. I think we need to wrap this up.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So I was like, I'm going to go turn into my nose.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that worked out great.
So, yeah, the replay looks good. You stuffed me in at Darlington for like third or fourth place, and I'm like, okay. I don't even know what I did on that one.
Yeah.
Do what?
That's because I was mad at you for Stafford like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Which we agree to disagree on. But I was like, here's a good opportunity. James had won the week before, so this means nothing to him. And I was like, I'm just gonna let him know.
Hey,
I'm a little ticked off.
hey! When I passed you at Homestead cleanly, I was like, "That's how you do it." And then that probably was the better feeling, as I didn't even touch you to pass you, and I'm like, "Yep, that's how you do it clean."
That was the worst because I could see it coming. Like I'm watching, like I'm looking at the intervals, and I'm like, he's gonna get here with like 5 to go. I was like, it's not gonna work. I'm like, it's not gonna happen. Need a yellow. There's never a yellow when I need a yellow.
Yeah.
I was like, it was just like a dying a slow death.
Yeah, stuff happens. Okay, so we got the Darlington, the Homestead, the Stafford. That's 3. Are we?
I think that's it. I think that's it.
No, honestly, dude, with the amount of times we have raced around each other, for us to have 3, run-ins, like that's not bad.
No, we just make good TV for when it happens.
Yeah, then we get mad at each other for a little while, then we do this. Do what?
If you're gonna do it right.
Yeah, all good. Hey, let's get into how's your season going this year?
It's been an adventure. If we could stop having fuel mileage races, I'd finish a lot better.
Yeah, eighth in the points, 0 wins,
Yeah.
1 top 5, 4 top 10s.
Yeah. I mean, like, Homestead was a fuel mileage race. I feel like I probably only cost like a couple spots at Homestead. Dover turned into a fuel mileage race. I feel like that's a race I could have won, at least run over to 4th.
Yeah.
I was like 16th or something like that. Kansas was a fuel mileage race that worked out, so that was good.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that finish because of somebody.
Yeah, like Kansas worked out surprisingly for me.
Yeah.
Last week was another fuel mileage race where it was like gonna run 3rd and run 7th. Talladega, I don't even want to talk about Talladega because that was the worst fuel mileage race of all time.
Yep. And you're missing a short track that you kind of blew your fuse on. That you could have had a good finish.
I regret nothing. I regret nothing. Sometimes there's 2 ways that you can really go about things. You can either I could have posted a whole thing in Discord, like some people do. I don't know if you've been on Discord today.
Mm-hmm.
And thrown a whole big fit, or I could have ran into him. And I decided that I was gonna run into him.
Well, your saving grace was the 77 because we couldn't determine what would happen, but
Yeah, and me and Luke talked about it, which the funniest thing. Tuesday, the next night, I have an IROC race, which I didn't even want to do because I was still mad. I was like, I'll do this IROC race. So I'm doing the IROC race, and you can have 1 substitute driver if you have to miss a race. And who's the substitute driver for that week? But none other
your buddy
than Luke.
Yeah.
And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then I run 2nd and Luke runs 3rd. So we're sitting in the interview staging together.
Awkward.
For like a long time. And I was, he was like, hey Chris. I was like, hey Luke.
Oh man.
And he was like, I'm sorry. I was like, yeah, that didn't work out for either one of us. And he was like, no. I was like, well, I'm in trouble for that, if that makes you feel anything about it. And he was like, no, I got it. I understood why you did it. Everything was fine. I was
Yeah.
like, cool. So, we're good.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. Hindsight's 2020. I could have ran 4th and just, like, yelled at Luke. But I also didn't feel like I should.
No, you would have actually probably would have come in 2nd or 3rd because I was going to come in 4th until you did your shenanigans and
Okay, well,
yeah.
I would have ran 3rd, but I don't really put up with a lot of people running into me. And yeah, I still would have made the corner. Now I don't know if I would have made the corner had the 77 got on me or not. I wanted to make the corner.
Yeah.
I did not want the 31 to make the corner.
Yeah.
I think I had it personally. I think it was going to work out great. Luke was going to spin out, and I was going to run third, and everything would have been fine. If you ask me, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right.
But,
Well, we'll move on from that one. So, last little bit, your rig. What do you got? Can you show it off?
yeah. All right. You ready for this? Here it is.
Wowzers.
It is a new Sim Magic wheelbase that I just got.
All right.
It's very fancy. The wheel is propped up against my monitor so I can fit in this tiny area. There's my one monitor.
Cool.
So yeah, there's that. And
Wait, so do you race in the chair you're sitting in?
Yeah, this is it. I just sit in this chair.
And it moves.
I mean, I actually have weighted blankets on the wheels.
Okay.
So that I can't roll on the floor.
Gotcha.
Yeah, real high tech stuff over here.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, got the wheelbase. My first race with it was Talladega, so still getting used to that, which is definitely a big jump from what I was using. So that's a learning curve, but we're getting there. But other than that, yeah, I have that monitor. I have Fanatec pedals that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. They're on the floor. And
Cool.
I have this wheelie chair with weighted blankets on the wheels so that I can't roll away.
Nice.
Yeah, real high. Look, if you get beat by me, you're not getting beat by technology.
Well, I'm slightly more upgraded, but I mean with the computer and everything. But honestly, I think it's more of just the driver, just getting the feel for whatever pedal and wheel that you have, and just making the best of it. So.
Yeah, I did get a new computer last year.
Okay.
Yes, last year I got a new computer because my potato was dying. So I do have a very nice upgraded computer. Shout out to Rich DPC. Thanks, buddy, for getting me hooked up there. So yeah, I do have a nice computer now. We've gotten the wheelbase done because that was another thing that was getting ready to die. We're going obviously through some changes here at the Hammond household. So things are looking a little different. I think we're gonna get a different desk that takes up a little less room in here. My next thing will probably be at least just a bigger monitor.
Okay. Have you ever tried a VR?
See, I'm not. I don't really know, and I don't really want to. Like, I like my monitor.
Yeah.
I just want a little bit bigger one because, as you can probably tell, it is it's not very. Oh, there we go. It's not very big. So,
How big is that? It's not 30 inch, 32. Are you in the 20s?
Maybe, I don't know.
Gotcha.
It's I bought it also like 6 years ago.
Gotcha.
Look, I make stuff last around here. So yeah, that'll be the next thing. Then probably pedals will probably be the next thing. My pedals do act a little weird sometimes. They need to be adjusted with my handy dandy tool here. It's my pedal adjusting tool.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so whenever they start to act weird.
Yeah, probably because you have two dogs like I have my big bloodhound, and get fur in between the pedals.
Yeah. I know. Thank you. I love you too. But yeah, we're slowly but surely working on it. Now with the baby on the way, I think my 5-year plan is turning into like a 15-year plan. On getting everything how I want it, but hey, it gets the job done. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there now.
Heck yeah, man. Well, I think we've been going for about an hour. I think I got all the questions and stuff. Got some good content about who the real Chris Hammond is.
I try. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's content. If you've ever heard my post-race interviews, it's one thing I can do is I can make a clip. Because it's fun to have fun, James.
I just don't know how you're a Mark Martin fan. Like y'all's personalities are completely opposite. You do remind me a lot of Hamlin.
I have these are sitting on my desk.
Oh my goodness.
I have another one over there. I bobblehead. I have hats and T-shirts. I have some really cool freaking die casts. Some Mark Martin die casts. Like my favorite one I have, it's like a 1998 IROC
Yeah.
die cast. Like that one's awesome. Yeah, that's my guy.
Cool, man. Well, good stuff, man. I had fun. I'm glad we were able to do this and kind of wing
There
it.
we go.
We both have some stellar cameras, 720p, high quality stuff.
We're killing it over here. It's very high tech stuff here on the skeleton spotlight.
Yeah, sure, whatever it's called. Hey, man, I just like to turn left. That's what I'm good at. But I do want to get to know the guys. Been racing with you for 5 years, and yeah, we kind of message on Facebook and stuff. But I think it's cool just to chat and get to know the drivers a little bit better.
Yeah, no, so I think it's a good idea, especially with all our giant field this year of guys. I mean, we had 37 cars at New Hampshire.
Awesome, man.
We almost had a full pit road. I mean, it gets any bigger, we're going to have to send people home, which is insane. So, yeah, Bristol should be interesting this upcoming week.
Yeah. And honestly, other than the one short track, what was it, Concord, where we had a lot of cautions, I feel as though every other race we've done a really good job. So 3 cautions last week at New Hampshire. Yeah, they all came early, and then the strategy killed me because of that. But honestly, we did a great job.
One more would have been great at any point. Really, I would have taken a 4th one.
Yeah.
New Hampshire.
No, but
Maybe another one. We were really one more caution in every race this year. Really would have fixed a lot of problems for me.
yeah,
One less caution at Concord and one more caution everywhere else.
yeah,
And great.
I get it, man. But good stuff, man. I appreciate your time, and I guess I will see you on Sunday practicing at Bristol.
I will be there.
10-4, Chris, man. I enjoyed it. Have a good evening. See you, buddy.